Welcome to the First Crack preview, Thursday night footy on Fox. The Saints and the Suns, the final round of the home and away season, or if you're Greg Swan, resting round, as I welcome David King and Lee Montana. Welcome, boys.
Hello, Dicko.
Love that, Swanee. Yeah. You will love that. Tunes into First Crack every week, Swanee. David King, just before we get into the first game of the round, which is the Saints and the Suns, you have got your best Who Am I of the year.
Best for the year. Yep. You won't get it, Joey.
Ooh,
Joey will
the
get
challenge.
it. You won't get it.
What if I don't play? Joey will get it.
He'll get it. He's annoying.
Looking forward to it.
All right, let's have a look at the ins and outs. So the Saints, 2 changes. Howard and Ryan will come into this outfit, and the Suns will make 3 changes. So it'll be Holman, Witts and Jepson. So as it stands right now, Saints miss and Gold Coast miss. Start of the year, Joey, we probably would have had both in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, Saints and Gold Coast, no doubt, disappointing. And these are the games now we get to celebrate some players. So Nick Holman's had a wonderful career, Dougal Howard as well, and of course Brad Hill will be celebrating the big milestone man.
Huge.
Yeah, it's massive. So Brad Hill, congratulations. 300 games, 3 premierships. Joey, pressure makes diamonds.
It certainly does, Dicko, Kingy, and we've got to start looking ahead to September now, and we've got to look at what is going to separate these teams come finals time. And the pressure makes diamonds saying, I don't think has ever been more relevant than it is in 2026 in regards to how important winning the pressure stat is in a game of footy. I think sometimes it's probably more the most underrated stat because this season you basically win, this year you have. You've won 72% of games if you win the pressure stat. Now, the previous 5 years, the AFL average was about 65%. So it's a fair jump this season to be winning that stat. But when you take a look at the top 6 teams, so the top 6 teams of the competition, they've lost 36 games between them, right, for the year. But when they win the pressure stat against their opponent, they are a combined 67-5. They've lost 5 times between those teams when they win the pressure stat in any given game. So it just shows how important it is. And when you go a step further and say, right, now let's take a look at the best v best. What are the indicators that matter? More important than home ground advantage or who was higher on the ladder, but when the top 6 have played each other, the team that's out-pressured their opponents have won 17 of the 20 games that they've played in this year. So coming into September, if you want to be winning the flag, I think you need to be out-pressuring your opposition because the numbers over the course of the season are proving this is the case.
So are you talking about the frontal pressure, giving up something to get something, like taking a risk with your high press and those sorts
However you go about getting your pressure and whether you focus in the forward half, whether it's through the midfield, whether you're a real come-forward team, whether you're a high-tackling team, however you do it, you need to be able to out-pressure your opponent. So it brings me to one team, Dicko, it's your team that I've just got some concerns over at the moment, the Hawks, because they are a team that don't really come forward and get in the opposition's face like we saw their opponents do in this game, Collingwood. So over the last 3 weeks, they have been out-pressured in each of their games by a considerable margin. 17th in the competition, and it's no surprise in the last 3 weeks, they've been the easiest team in the competition for the opponents to move the ball against. And they just don't close. Like, you should be charging into their face and forcing either a high kick or an extra handball and relying on the next player to come forward and squeeze and give your defenders a bit of a chance. So you can just see Sicily guarding no man's land. Josh Ward just corralling. That's too much time and space for Nick Dacos to be able to do that. So when we're looking at Hawthorn's defence in recent weeks and saying, gee, their defence aren't getting it done, well, what isn't helping is the pressure that they're receiving up the field. So these examples here, the good teams are coming forward. Barras should be turning around and charging at Swadling and forcing him to give the extra handball. And you can see Hawks had cover behind. But at the moment, they've just got into this situation of corralling and it's putting too much pressure on their defence and it's allowing their opponents to do what they please. So the question is whether, Dicko, and you might know more, whether this is coaching or whether the players are just not executing what they should be doing because it's been happening far too often. They've only won the pressure battle 2 out of the last 9 games they've played.
That's a coaching thing. That's a coaching instructions. They're following a coach's instructions. You can't have that consistently show that vision of them backing off the frontal pressure. Because that used to be their bread and butter. They used to get up and they would defend high and it'd be like, if you can get through us, good luck. But even your vision last week against Brisbane, just allowing them to come through, like you're just inviting offensive scores.
No,
you got a feel?
Well, it looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It looks like it has to be their set standard and their template, but it's too late now to change.
That's the concern. Yeah, so they're 11th overall for the season, but the last 4 weeks it is dropping rapidly. And I'm with you. I don't know if it's just something you can flick a switch and be all on the same page. And I wonder why that's maybe led to some confusion with the defenders and what they're trying to do. And they just look a bit off in that phase. And as the numbers have shown this year, you need to out-pressure the oppo, particularly the best v the best, if you want to win games of footy. And it's something that we're going to keep an eye on through September.
Yeah, good point, Joey. I like that. David King. Stephen King is writing a thrilling novel right now and is heading all the way to September. They do it differently, don't they?
They do it differently, and you presented a case last week, which we all sit there and say, OK, that's a reasonable discussion. But I think that they're doing things so differently that the competition now is to sit back and say, how serious is this? How good is this template? They have the best defensive 50 in the competition over the last 6 weeks, since round 17, so 7 weeks. And I think you have to look at that and say, well, how are they doing that? Is it numbers back? Is it doing what the Dogs do? Is it just Max Gawn? Or it's none of those things. It's just the guys winning their one-on-one battles with a little bit of help support if they can get there in third man in assists. But they're the facts. Scores from intercepts, they're number one in the competition. And if you look at from the back half back, that defensive mid-zone area, they're with the best team in the competition. So there's a lot to like about what they're doing. So do we all love it? Do you think it's conventional? Well, it's certainly not. But it's so good, it's given them this power to turn intercept into a score. And if you can punish, you can play.
Oh, yeah.
So that's always been my mantra. The strike rate, I'm big on this. If you can get somewhere near the 100 to 100 points from intercept ratio, then I think you're a serious contender. And right now, only the Brisbane Lions, who we rave about with their ball movement. I mean, every time someone talks about, the Brisbane Lions can't go with them when they get going through the corridor. So when you look at it, it's really easy to see the players. So they've got 4 of the top 6 that are able to turn an intercept into a score. Now, Jath can be probably on the other side as well. He can be a bit of a turnover guy, but let's appreciate what they are doing. Rivers is a surprise. Tholstrup's become a serious AFL player. And Lever, who at the start of the year I wouldn't have thought would be in this form, is. So maybe they take more risks than others. Impey, I'm not surprised about. Karmas, a little bit like Jath. Yeah. It's all duck or no dinner. Yeah. But when it works, so this is off one-on-one base, and you guys have a chat about this as well. So there's no help here. This is genuine one-on-ones, and then we go. See it, like it, hit it. So I think this is a lot of trust in your defensive guys to get it done, and then just keep knocking it back in. Because we're going to win it back, and we're just going to trust that they're going to get the job done for the ball. I really like it. And I think it's a great template first year. I mean, the returns have been unbelievable, but this is a great template for first year.
It certainly is, and there's no doubt that their ability to score offensively and off turnover has been a strength throughout the year. But your point's right about you've got to do it, first of all, by getting your positioning done defensively and winning your contest defensively. And I think we've underrated Dan Turner and Jake Lever's year and what they've been able to do. You mentioned Tholstrup's done a great job on some of the best small defenders over the last 6 weeks or so. And Trent Rivers is another one having a sneaky good year since he came back into the team. And I think they've just been given the licence when they do win it. This is your time to score. Off turnover, Stephen King's mantra is just go. And everyone knows it's happening and all get forward to the ball.
Yeah. Sometimes, and I've heard Horney talk about this, blessings in disguise. Stephen May's not there. OK, Turner, you have to come up and be our man. You have to become the man down back. This guy's one of the best mops in the competition. Just gets back and cleans everything up at ground level. Just does the job. Unsung, and it's really sort of... None of it's a highlight. It's really basic play, but he beats you with basic brilliance. But Turner's the one I want to talk about. He's played on Georgiades, Tracy, Larkey, McStay, Curnow, Morris. He takes them all, and he doesn't get a lot of love. It's you versus them. Good luck, fight the fight. And you know what? Sometimes they get through, and the opposition can score 100 points, and they do concede big scores on occasion. I think they've been involved in 5 games where both teams have scored 100 points plus, but they've won 4 of them. Yep. So they can live in that sort of match. So I'm on board, and it's taken me a while to get to this point. But the more you see them, and they got their stars, so have other teams. But this is genuine. So I'm excited about next year. But let's just live in this current season. They're going beautifully.
So prelim, they can get to?
They can get to a prelim.
Further?
They may not leave Melbourne to a prelim.
Oh, incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, so things are falling their way.
They're proactive defenders. I love that. The aggression off half-back, especially with the offence when they've got the ball, so it's a good formula. Joey, let's have a look at the Collingwood handball game.
Well, just having a look at the evolution of the Pies offensively, because over the last 9 games, they've only lost once. They've gone 7, 1 loss and 1 draw. And if you go back to the start of the year and when they were having trouble offensively, you take a look at their points for where they ranked their chain for score. They were 16th at being able to convert an inside 50 into a score. And what was their ball use like? So it was pretty level across the competition in regards to the kick-to-handball ratio. It was about mid-table. But as the season's gone on, you can see what they've been able to do. They're scoring a couple of extra goals a game, much more efficient going inside 50. They're actually 4th in the competition, and they're chained to score. And what they've done is they've actually been increasing their handballs and a bit less kicks. And I think that's just given them a bit more firepower offensively to get them better looks because of the makeshift forward line. deadline, so to speak, that they've had to have. And particularly in this game, round 23 against the Hawks, they basically went at 1-1 for the whole game. One kick for every one handball, which is a really high rate. I mean, we're seeing Sydney Swans and only a couple of teams going at that level. And I just think they're building into this season and they're playing their best footy offensively at the right time of year because they are all starting to get on the same page with what they are trying to do. So they are a team that send a lot of numbers to the contest. That helps them be a really strong pressure team. But now what they're doing is they're using those numbers when they do win the footy to get a player's shoulders out, a player on the outside free, and getting a really good look. So I just think this is something that we need to give credit again to Craig McRae for. We've spoken a lot about the kids that have been playing, but their system has continued to evolve. And we always talk about looking at a team's evolution of their game style throughout the year. And this was a really great example of it in this game against the Hawks and why they were able to trouble them. And, we mentioned Hawthorn, pressure-wise and not being able to get it done. But the Pies took advantage of it, and I like the way they're playing.
Do you think he's exhausted the talent of this list better than anyone this year, Fly?
Well, it's a great conversation, and we talk a lot about which coaches are in the contention for Coach of the Year. He's one of them. There's no doubt about that. And those handballs, more often than not, finish with a kicker.
Yeah.
De Goey or Pendlebury or
ideally Dacos.
Dacos. So that's great vision. But I think that's the reason why they're on the charge.
Yep. You want to have a look at Will Ashcroft?
I do, because he started the year really slowly, and I think we've got a bit of lag sometimes when we watch these players. You start thinking of what they were. His inside to out game is probably the best in the competition right now. I'm having a look at his ability to create things out of nothing. Oh, that sort of handball there. He hardly took possession of the ball. So over the last 6 weeks, he's had 20 pre-clearance contested possessions. In the clearance, with the ball in his hands. 13 of those he's got to an uncontested possession on the outside. And then you're away and you can play. So that's 65%. The competition goes at about 33%. So he's double the average. And look at this bump, work back to the footy, win the footy, defeat two of them. Like, he's doing things that are ahead of his years, ahead of his time, and that's the company that he's in right now. Since round 18, have a look at that. Dacos, Rankin, Richards, Warner, Ashcroft. Like, it's time now to say that this is his midfield, and he is a serious AFL commodity right now.
So early in the year, we still felt Neil was still the number one man.
Yeah.
He's zoomed past.
And McCluggage, we were waiting on
Yeah.
what was he going to be, and he maybe hasn't been back to his brilliant best. But this guy's stepped up and just shouldered the load. So right now, if you're looking to tag someone, he's your target.
That's the timing of Brisbane with their stars in the game.
Peaking beautifully.
They are peaking beautifully. Speaking of peaking, the Who Am I? Best of the year coming up next. But time now to get
Won't be beaten.
You won't be beaten?
It won't be beaten.
OK, all right. Time now to get to Bernie Vince from PointsBet with his first crack for the weekend.
Thanks, guys. My first crack is the thirst for third. And by that, I mean who finishes in that third position to take on the Swans at the SCG qualifying final weekend. Currently, the favourites are Brisbane, who sit third. Just below them, Hawthorn, but they've got some percentage to make up. So I've got the calculator out. Basically, this means whatever Brisbane beat Collingwood by, Hawthorn would have to beat West Coast by 66 more points to make up that percentage. I know it gets confusing, but that's where it sits at the moment. Below them is Melbourne. You can see a big drop, though, because they'd have to require both of those teams to lose, and they'd have to beat the Western Bulldogs. And even further back is Geelong, who they'd have to require all three above them to lose, plus they'd have to beat Richmond, which I think they'll do, but I don't think that'll happen above them. You can find this in the Foxcatcher Footy Hub under futures on the PointsBet app. Enjoy the footy.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Off their chops in the west. Oh, bang, bang. And Freo are flowing. Put on your Superman cake on. It's Wolfie time. Let's go.
How good's that? Freo been rocking and rolling all year, then coming to the business end of the season. So how good's that for the Freo boys? David King. Now, Sunday is pie night. What is going on my rundown right now? Why is the Premiership pie here?
Every time we are on preview or review, we are pieing.
Okay.
And if you don't want to do it, that's fine. If you're not brave enough to have a go at it,
This is
that was
last
last week. There's been a bit of a shift, as you can imagine, but I am just getting more and more confident about Fremantle. Joey, it's
You're
insane.
not.
It's just incredible.
You got it down to, what do you got down to?
Well, I've just moved it up one. Just
there's a little.
Just 1 more %, and then I don't care who the other teams are. I just don't care. I've left 1% for Brisbane because Hoyne told me.
1 in 100.
I'm not sure if he's still sticking history as strong to that. History's about to let him down.
Yep.
But there we have it. 86% for me. This is over, Dicko.
That is over.
That's
by the looks of it.
overkill.
It is over.
I'll save mine for Sunday.
You saving yours?
Yep.
I was just
Need
adding it up.
to have a look one more weekend.
Yeah, you got 100, just so you know. You
I'll
got
be
100.
87. I'll be 87 on Sunday.
All right, now, we're not going with you first, David King, because we're going to build this one up. But, Joey, you can take it away for a Who Am I?
Yeah, just going to take a look at a player who is sitting in the company of a player. There is only 6 of them in the competition to average 20 disposals, 4 clearances, a goal, and 7 score involvements. So the names around him, we're talking Bontempelli, Dacos, Heaney, Shea Bolton. We're talking the elite of the elite. And there's one guy who just stands out in that group that you feel, wow, where's that come from?
Wow, where's that
come
from?
Yeah. Those in
does
the...
he play for St Kilda?
He does play for St Kilda.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I know where we're going.
You can answer it.
My man.
Your man, Maxie Hall. It's incredible the season that he's had. When you talk about... He's inside the top 30 ranked players in the
got that pretty
competition.
quick.
Max Hall. If you look at the numbers, you see all year he's been up there, King. His numbers stack up. His numbers stack up with the likes of Jason Horne-Francis and Cozzy Pickett and Zach Bailey, guys like that this year. If you look at what he's done, his ratings and his numbers, he's in that category, and he's probably on a third of the price of what they're on because he's only been a mid-season pickup in 2024 and signed an extension after 15 games of footy last year. But he has had an unbelievable season. I think he's an A-grade talent that'll continue to add to the group. But worth recognising that he's sitting in absolute elite company.
Joey, I was looking for more clues. You are sharp as anything today.
Only 20 average
20 and
1 goal.
and
It's a rare achievement, which brings me to my Who Am I?
Okay.
And some really good numbers.
Well, this is a big
I want
one.
to compare these two guys and see if you can guess who they are, because the numbers are so similar. It is ridiculous. Look at that. There's 1 contested possession between them. They've had exactly the same amount of disposals, exactly the same amount of inside 50s, exactly the same amount of shots at goals. One's 1 in every 4 scores for his team, and one's involved in 1 in every 3.
Are the totals, those 150, 170, is that putting them in the top?
For the season?
Yeah, like that's obviously top 5? Like what are they?
They'd be not far off there.
I'll look at the averages.
Not
Totals
far off
are a
there.
bit... Totals. Okay, what's the...
I wouldn't stray too far from where you've been.
Yeah.
Here's a little clue for you.
All right.
So the guy on the left...
Naz Wanganeen Miller is one of them.
No.
No.
The guy on the left you've mentioned moments ago
Ooh. In that group.
plays for Melbourne.
Cozzy Pickett.
And Max.
Oh, how did
We-
you not get that?
We don't...
Well, because I was
we
looking at
don't talk.
averages. That's why, we don't talk. And the totals
Have a look at that.
threw me.
So
If they
people
were
talk
averages, I
about
would have got
Cozzy
it.
and the season that he's
That's
had.
what...
He's had exactly the same numbers.
Yeah.
Exactly. And no one talks about Max Hall. It's amazing. We don't talk.
We don't
before
even
do
talk
this.
about...
Just so you know at home, they send them in independently and they
There
don't
you
know
go.
until we
So
get on
now you
there.
know why I got Max Hall.
Now it makes you looking at the same numbers
Did
as
I build
me.
that up too much for the whole show?
Probably, yeah. Wish I'd have known what he was doing.
And he won't even be mentioned. I don't think he'll even be in the All-Australian squad. I don't think, Max Hall. I reckon they wouldn't put him in. But the guys that he's around with this season will be in the All-Australian team.
Max Hall is a $1.4 million player. I'm telling you. And he won't be getting that at St Kilda. I'd be locking him away as long term as you can.
Okay. Now, Joey, we're going to stay with the Who Am I's. The one-on-one king. There's your first clue.
The one-on-one kings. So I'm just thought, as we get to the end of the season, who have been the one-on-one kings this year? So winning offensive one-on-ones when they're in a obviously pretty straightforward one-on-one contest, balls kicked to them. Who are the top
Charlie.
5 players? Charlie's at number 3. He's in that list.
Tracy.
Josh Tracy not in there, no. Actually quite low, Josh Tracy.
Boss?
Nope. There's a couple of Saints, which is surprising.
Cooper Sharman.
No. And the number one man is really interesting considering the year that he's had. I'll get up the top 5.
Okay.
Riley Thilthorpe is clearly number
What?
1. Yeah, almost 1 in 2 contests.
He wins.
In a one-on-one contest, he wins.
Wow.
He's won 45% of his one-on-one contests.
That's surprising.
Ryan Marshall's had obviously a lot less one-on-one contests than Rob, but these are the top 50. These are the guys that have been in the 50 most one-on-ones. Jack Darling, remember I
That's
did
a
it
good result.
earlier in the year. I did Jack Darling. He was number 1.
He was number
so
1.
he's dropped to number 5. And
Still a
Mitch
great
Owens.
result, isn't it?
That's a pretty good result for Jack Darling and the Kangaroos. But Riley Thilthorpe is interesting. So September, Crows, if they can get him in those situations more often than not, good things will happen.
I like it.
It's incredible. You got a defensive
I'll
one.
do the
for us?
opposite now. Defensive one-on-one. So who are the players
Stood
in it?
up.
Stood up. Now these are the more popular names, the names that we all know.
Okay.
So you can reel them off pretty much.
Collins.
No.
Jake Lever?
No.
Oh, pretty obvious.
Oh, pretty obvious.
The obvious ones.
Best key defenders.
Harris Andrews.
Harris Andrews at number 1. Yeah, he's won
Harris
more.
Andrews.
Wilkie number 2.
Yeah, look at that.
Jacob Wiedering,
He's a
Sam
big
Taylor,
loss.
and the one
Pearce.
was.
He's a big
Oh no,
loss.
there they are. There, and the one that was a surprise. We mentioned how important
Yeah.
Will Edwards was going to be a loss for the Sydney. So he sits in that group, which is bizarre, considering the talent and the regard that we hold those other 4 in. But they are the kings of the one-on-ones this season.
Well done, Joey and Kingy. Before we leave, I've got one thing to bring up. You've roasted me 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
I'm sounding the alert here.
What do we got?
I'm sounding the alert, right?
Hello.
Now,
There's a
David,
stitch up. There's a stitch up.
Here we go.
You just had a laugh at me.
What do you got?
Kicking in from fullback for the last 2 weeks.
Well, you only went down
David
there
King,
for 2 kicks.
Just tune into this little bit of vision I have found. All right, now, you've got it. Just have a look at the lab. We're ball in hand.
Where's the score?
Pull the trigger, David.
Oh, we're home. 2 goals up against Richmond.
Oh, come on, mate. Just pull the trigger.
Find an easy one.
Yeah, find an easy
Look
one.
at all
I
the
can see
space.
one right there.
Look at all the space.
How about you just
Oh, no.
kick it out of bounds on the floor?
He's short-armed it. He's short-armed it. He's
Seriously.
got to get up, Makey.
Keep the siren going. Don't you laugh, Joey.
What?
I found one where I tell you what,
He
can
would've
you
kicked
throw the
to
toys
himself.
out of the cot? Watch this, Joey.
He
Oh,
would've-
no, hang on.
Oh,
I've got,
oh,
hang on.
Seen the other?
Just cough it up. And then you're spraying a teammate. You're giving it to him.
Oh, poor old Savage.
Seriously, Joey. Just cooking your teammate.
That's not
Move your luck.
Had nothing to kick
How
to.
did you get this going? I didn't get
Oh, well,
this
yeah, I just dragged the flog alert from bounds.
got next level.
going. You're not far off.
Terrific show, boys. Outstanding so far. And we enjoy tomorrow night. Thursday night footy on Fox. The Saints and the Suns, the final round of the home and away. Live on Fox Footy from 6:30.